Hello, my name's Clive, the creator of Forms. In this video I will show you how to change an existing template to suit your needs. If we go into the template area, we can see all the templates that are available. Rather than change one, I would always suggest to copy it first. If we go to this middle button here, we can select copy, select the template we wish to copy. I'm going to select photo schedule and we select copy. We give the new template a name. So I'm going to give it photo schedule version 1.1. Here we can select our paper size, whether we would like landscape or portrait. If we go through the sections, if we start with the front page, all of these inputs will line up one after the other, apart from the background photo, which will be in the background. If you go to view template, you can see how this will look. So there's an example text, unless there is text already put in, and where the picture will go we can see the camera. You notice that the logo here is not set to one of our logos, so let's first of all change this. So in the logo we have the option of using the logo in the form where we would like it in terms of the alignment and the height. So if we first of all delete this, what you would need to have done is added your logo to your camera roll, and then you'd simply select add photo, find your logo in the camera roll, and that's it. It will now be there. But maybe the photo is not the correct size that you would like. What we can do is we can, as a percentage of the height of the page, change the logo. As you can see now, the logo is not restricted by the height but by the width. If we didn't want the logo on the front page, we could always remove this and there will be no logo. So let's assume we want the logo and we want it of height 10. We can always select 10. So now we have the form title, which there's many options here, but we're going to call this, it's already preset to photo schedule. I'll go through the inputs in another video, but at the moment we'll quickly go through the other options that we have. So on the front page we'll expect someone to put the address, the reference, the date and the surveyor. So let's go through the header. The header also has a logo which is set to the standard logo, and we would want to change that. Again, selecting your logo from the camera roll. The header and footer has three options that you can add, one being in the left, right and then centre. So if we look at this, this logo is now filling the full width of the page, but it is justified to the right. If we want to change this size of this logo, you can see it's now changing the header. It does not affect the front page. The header starts from the second page if you choose to have a front page. So let's put that back to 10 as well. With the front page, the header and the footer, if we don't want a front page, we can always turn this off to say don't use the front page in the report, don't use a header, and don't use a footer. And that would affect the template like so. So we just end up with a photo table. But let's switch those back on and go through what the footer is set as. So the footer is set as the page number, set in the middle, in black, size 10, and we may just want just to display the page number or page number of numbers. And you can just change this text if you wish to into any other language or however you wish to display that on your report. So then let's look at the photos. The photos is a dynamic table, which means that you can have as many rows as you feel when filling out the report. We're starting this on a new page. We do want a border, and the section name, we want to include the section name. So the section name here is photos. But if we don't want to include the section name, we look back at the report, photos has been removed. So I'm going to select not to have it. And then when we've got the headings, each heading for the table, as we've got here, the ref, photo and comments, we can change the size and colour of these here. I'm going to put them back to black, but I'm going to justify them in the middle. So if we look then at what we've got in, if we go to the dynamic fields and we look what we have a reference number, a photo and comments. The photo is centered, it's got 40% width of the page, it's mandatory, it has to be there, and any image we take will be saved to the camera roll as well. So if you don't want to take up space in your camera roll, you can always switch this off. I'm going to turn this off. We have choice of image resolution, so if you're going to be taking lots of photos, maybe you want to think about that for the size of your report. And also there's how high you want for each photo. So a size of about 20% of the page will give between 3 and 4 photos per page depending on comments. But we're going to leave it mandatory, so every time you add a row you have to take a picture. If we look at the comments, this is also mandatory, size 12 font, colour, and takes up 50% of the width. And we've chosen capitalisation to be sentences. In each row of a dynamic form, you have the option to copy the value from the last row. This wouldn't make sense from an image or comments, but maybe if you're surveying a house and you're in the same room, you may want the room to be copied when you add a new row every time. You can obviously change that during the report once you've created that row to any option that you want. We'll come on to that a bit later. The reference is an automatically generated field that will just give the next reference number for the row, but you can decide its font, the width of the column, and how it's justified. So I'd always recommend testing out your report once you've created it. So I suggest to go to new report. Here's our photo schedule 1.1. The order of the photos is the order of the templates is changeable. So if we create this report, my report, give it a file name, and let's look at the front page. So we need to take a picture which will be put on the front page. Here you can just grab your photo and zoom in, out as needed. Take your picture, select to use the photo, and that's it. Your photo is now the background of that report. If you want to edit, you can edit, you can crop the picture, turn it, okay. So what else do we need to know? We don't need to change the title, but maybe we want to add an address. As the address is multi-line, it opens to a new page to clearly show what you're adding. Every time you press back, the form is saved. Reference. The date is added automatically. You can set that to add automatically or not, depending on how you want, and give a surveyor name. So now we need to add some photos. So here we can simply add, press the plus key to add, and as we saw, for each option we have photos and comments. So if we add a new photo, we use that and we give some comments. But this is just a test to see how it all sort of lays out on the form. So at any time, look at your form, see if it's laying out as you want. One of the biggest things I do is look to see how many photos per page. This camera roll button allows you to add multiple photos at one go. So from our camera roll we can add several photos, press done when complete, and Forms will add all these rows for you. Obviously the comments are not completed. So if we look and see how this has done it, we're getting errors now because we haven't filled in those comments. We can view those errors and update them if needed, or we can close and just see how we're doing. So if we take portrait pictures, we will get 4 per page. But let's see what happens if we make this landscape. Let's edit this. Rather than take a new picture. So as we can see, we get more of a picture in landscape than we do in portrait, but we could also change the size, the height of the image in the template if we want to. So maybe we go back, change the height of the template in the photos, in the table, there's the photo, maybe we want to make that 30%. And when we're happy, we can send this template to all of our colleagues who can now use the same template, get the same time saving and same consistency of report for all of our reports. Just simply press the share template button and share how you want to. My name's Clive, the creator of Forms. I will be posting more helpful videos, but if you do need, please email me and I will contact you and help you create a template to save you lots of time. Thank you.